Hello and welcome back to my RP-1 dev stream of launch complexes. Getting started kind of late today because I was poking away at programs. We finished our first circumlunar flight, and so now need to see if there's any way we can make this thing lunar orbital without having to build a whole new launch vehicle. Okay, so we had like 4,200 meters per second of delta V TLI.
Hey again.
Hello again. So I'm trying to see if I can maybe make a lunar orbital Gemini uh, that doesn't take a whole new launch vehicle.
Good luck.
Because seems hard.
What adjustments have you made to approach your goal?
Nothing yet. Just
Okay.
started.
What's your mass budget?
800 tons. So I don't have enough mass for a third booster. I could just switch to this thing, which I would have to build eventually. And this has a fair amount of performance. But let's see about the tooling costs. So the tooling costs are $77 million for the tank, and then nothing else really of note. Unlocking the engine costs money, though.
What's the ISP on those 1205s or 1204s or whatever?
I think somewhere around 265 vac.
How much delta V do you need to grab?
Let's find out. Okay, so step one is I want to change this to 2 nodes. And then add the RCS version of this. Okay, so we'll have some forward-facing RCS. Yeah, so I feel like EJ would die from the lack of stockitude, but EJ's a cool dude. It's fun hanging out with him. Squirrel, yeah, good luck. I'm also in the process of revising.
EJ would be 100% fine with this. He doesn't play it for reasons that are specific to why he streams, but only cares how other people play.
Yeah, that's fair.
No, I mean, I know you know that. I'm just talking to the patterns. Bummer.
Yeah, there was the night he came by and then my internet died. That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, so we certainly don't need this much delta V on the RCS. So let's whatever half of that is. Oh, I can solve this problem.
I don't think he would be drilling either drummer. I think that EJ appreciates having the complexity of doing whatever he has to do. That's why he does it after all. This is too, I mean, even if you assemble this launch pad, it's too much of an out-of-the-box solution for him.
Yeah, I
think he would
appreciate.
have. Sorry, go ahead. I think he would have fun with some of the mission design and rocket assembly of RP-1 if he ever got into it. But you know, like for reasons, I don't think he ever will. Partially just because of his audience.
Yeah, I think that ship has sailed if he ever was going to.
Yeah. Maybe if KSP2 bombs and he's got to find other happy venues.
Yeah, it's certainly complex enough to keep people interested. Although there are fewer explosions, unless you're doing it really, really badly.
That's true.
Okay, so we need enough. Let's see, and let's get this tooled. Four of these is probably enough. No, not enough. Apparently we need 5. So we want... Yeah, we don't need quite that much delta. I guess we need about that much delta V. Not actually sure how much delta V. Maybe we'll actually need
lunar orbit.
Yeah, because we're gonna have a pretty hot trajectory. And we have to get our aposelene under 500 kilometers. So I want almost 1800 on board.
Yeah, that would be enough.
Oh, hang on. That makes more sense.
So you're doing this with what? I mean, are you doing that with that engine?
Sorry?
You're doing that with the engine that is pictured?
Yeah, I'm using the AJ-10138 as my service module engine.
Mhm.
Service propulsion engine. I don't really have a better option, and that's why I was using it on the other launch vehicles to get data on it. 1710 feels a little light, but we'll have consumed some of the LOX and LH2 by then and dumped the water. So we'll be lighter. And also, that's undercounting because of the pressure fed mixture ratio thing. So it's probably okay. Also, I need to remove and re-add this thing. Yeah, okay. Okay. Gonna trust that that's enough delta V. Meanwhile, this needs to get longer. Okay. That's not colliding, barely. And the abort tower is in what stage now? The wrong stage. Okay, let's check our delta V. We are probably going to come up short. I anticipate very strongly that we will come up short. But we're going to be close. We're going to be quite close. Probably could overburn the RL-10s if we needed to. I guess I'll try with a lower parking orbit. That'll save a little bit of delta V. Not a ton, but maybe enough to matter.
Maybe. Let's find out. Are you right at the edge of your mass limit? Or you got some to play with?
I've got some to play with, but the problem is that I don't really want to burn any of these stages longer. Like I was saying, I could overburn the RL10s, but I'm already overburning these stages a bunch.
Okay.
Try
What's your
160.
What's your SLT?
Almost 1.6.
Okay.
And let's get a land that is quite soon. Um, okay. The reason for the land is because it will involve a minor dogleg and will be a more realistic simulation of how much.
Okay.
So yeah, we'll end up with about 3,200. Looks like, probably. So this might just be enough without doing anything else.
Good.
Away we go. This thing is definitely a fast mover.
Yep.
Okay, and my ascent profile is pretty close. Yeah, quite close. Just a little bit of pitch down. Our drag losses were less than 30 meters per second so far. It's pretty impressive, given how hot that ascent was.
Yeah, indeed. Especially, I mean, like, even now you should be encountering some drag losses at this speed, this low in the atmosphere.
Oh. Nah, we're about 100, 150 meters per second short. Dang. Even with a absolutely bang on ascent profile.
How much mass do you have to work with?
800 tons. I'm only at 626, so like I definitely can, like I can do your trick of just adding a couple algols.
Actually, that's not where I was going. I was
Really.
thinking you should do your solution would be to add another RL10
Uh,
if you can squeak it in there.
I don't think increasing the thrust would make that much of a difference.
Oh, and stretching the stage, of
Oh,
course.
yeah. I mean, at that point, I think I would rather just stretch the stage and accept the slight overburning, because like the tested burn time on those things is like an hour.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know you had plenty of margin left, but sure.
I mean, the rated burn time is 7 minutes 50, but the tested burn time is pretty long.
What velocity does this stage leave you at?
Sorry, the first stage or the boosters?
The first stage.
Looks like it'll be something on the order of 4.5 kmsec.
Okay.
4.4. And remember, there's another stage before we even get to the Centaur.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, this is a Titan 3E. So two UA 1205s, Titan 3 first stage, Titan 3 second stage, and then a Centaur.
Gotcha.
This is indeed a vastly different game. As you can see by the curvature of the Earth. And that we're a little over halfway to orbit. Okay, good light on the stage. We'll gain back probably 100 meters per second through the burn of that Centaur, so we might actually just have enough. Depends on how good our lunar launch window is. But I think I'd want to do something to give me more margin. Because last time the launch window was so bad, I had like almost a 3.3 km/sec TLI burn.
Yeah, the reason I wasn't thinking of algols was partially because it didn't really look like your launch towers allowed for much room to squeak things in, and you're already doing a pretty spicy ascent.
Yes. Yes, it is pretty spicy. Those things have retros, but the retros didn't fire. That was weird. Gotta fix that. Yeah, I need at least 100 meters per second more, which I'm not really gonna get. So, let's see. Yeah, those retros are in the wrong stage. That's what's going on. Sorry about the beep.
Problem.
Yeah, my headset really is dying. At some point, I have to take the time to.
To get a new headset. I think you're stopped saying anything at all. At least your microphone stopped transmitting.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
No, I missed the last because the headphones cut out.
Oh, I said you stopped transmitting for a bit. Last thing I heard was you have to take the time to ...
To repair these headphones. I say as the headphones conk out again. Yeah, it's super bad. What happens is it starts playing like feedback over the cans, and I have no idea whether that's also being transmitted. Because that would be real
No, we
bad.
just hear beeps and then
Yeah,
nothing.
the beep is because Logitech decided it would be great to play a beep when they turn on or shut down, except that that's somehow also transmitted. Because I don't know why. All right, so this is A. Staging is not correct, so let's try to stretch. What is the... so we could just straight up tool better avionics. And that would save us only a few kilograms. I don't think it's really gonna... Yeah, it'll save us 30 kilograms. That's not enough to matter.
Yep.
Oh, right, I didn't get it before. Let me actually look at what the thing is before. Okay, 13,721. Let's see what happens if we stretch the stage a little bit. That's 15, 16. Okay, this is a bit concerning because we're going to take some level of steering, some level of steering losses in the TLI burn, probably. Because you figure we're going to use about 3 minutes of that to get into orbit, leaving almost 6 minutes for the TLI burn, which is not going to be pretty.
Did you gain?
Sorry?
How much did you gain?
Just shy of 100 meters per second.
Seems likely you'll need a little bit more than that anyway, since your ascent is going to get marginally worse.
I don't think it's going to cost like 10 meters per second. It's not.
Okay.
Because our horizontal velocity at stage ignition is quite high. It's like 6.7 km/sec. I mean, the other thing we can do is lower. We can lower the consumables carried. We don't need a full 2 weeks.
Oh, you have full. I thought that's why you were doing a hot trajectory anyway, since you had lower consumables.
Hot trajectory won't matter for. Oh, no, the hot trajectory is because I had to correct for the fact that our launch time was wrong for when the moon was approaching the AN or the DN, as the case may be. ACMF.
Oh.
The other one was on Discord on dev chat.
Yeah, I thought you were going fast to save consumables.
No. No, even if I'm going slow, it's still only about it's 3 days out, 3 days back. Is that true? Yeah, let's see how this changes if I change consumable stored. I also need to change these experiments. Something that doesn't require the home body. Visual acuity doesn't. And synergistic. That's 0.5 kilogram, but 0.5 kilogram is fine. Let's optimize a little better. We'll do that because it. Oh no, that's home body only. Home body only. Body only. We already did simple navigation, so I guess it is just synergistic effects of gravity and radiation white blood cells. All right, that's fine. .105 actually is what we want. And then this gets 547. $235. And we don't need that much electricity. Not sure it changes the mass though. Uh, does this make a difference? No. Okay, and we still have more delta V than we know what to do with. I guess we need to switch to 3 of the things. Also, I just screwed up the stage of that again. That is one thing that I wish that KSP did, was preserve stages of things until you hit a button. Instead of trying to collapse the...
We did try to slightly improve the stage logic in 1.112. I don't know if much of it would help RP-1, things like having parachutes automatically drop into the last stage instead of the stage that they're attached to. But as far as I can tell, Jamie told me that the stage system setup was one of those spaghetti-ish nightmares that he really didn't want to touch any more than I could beg him to.
Yeah, that seems fair. It is basically nightmare fuel. Can I get away with only 2 of these? Probably not. I guess I can, actually.
More base. Sorry.
Sorry?
I was going to say, needs more base. I was lead designer on Kerbal for the last 3 years of its existence.
Yeah. I was general code monkey on it for a while, but left when 1.2 shipped.
I was on from 1.6 to 1.12.
Yeah.
And breaking ground.
Okay, looks like we don't really need a lot of... Don't actually need a whole lot of extra propellant here. That's cool.
That's good.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was a fan of Kerbal before I was a dev on it for sure. So it was a lot of fun to work on it for reals.
Yeah, same. In fact, partially because of Nathan and RP-1.
Which is still sort of weird to me, honestly.
How so?
Well, it's like there's... At the time, it felt like there were maybe 5 people who played RP0. Like, it didn't seem like a... It didn't seem like a thing that was... now it feels way more popular. At the time, did not feel super popular. Like,
I think that's partially because being on Discord improves things. I mean, you guys were on IRC back when I started playing with
Fair.
it, right?
Also that. Also that.
But also, I mean, Scott Manley did a long RP-0
Yep.
YouTube.
Yeah, he did. And I'm still salty about some of what he did in that. Because like he did not actually look into how to do things. Like he made a bunch of weird things. Also, like I was also a little salty because like he was always a bit of a pain in experimentals. Like he's an incredibly smart guy and knows a ton, but like kind of wouldn't read sometimes, which is, you know, not a feeling unique to him. Because
Yeah, that's
I also
true.
do that.
We had him on the Pioneers program for the bit. He was not my favorite individual to get feedback from, let's say.
Yeah. Ooh, I wonder if I even still have to overburn this. Maybe not.
I was actually a little surprised by that because he was a software developer and
Oh, we're the worst though.
I guess so, but like, you know, like I think he did not make significant allowances for you know, like the size of our team. Like at one point he was heavily lobbying for KSP to get updated to run on whatever that new Apple chip or whatever.
Oh, yes.
That Unity didn't even run on. So
Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot
yeah.
that he's yeah. Yeah. God, he's kind of a Mac guy.
So that, you know, like I get that he's a Mac guy and a map proponent, but you know, if the engine's not even running on it, what are you expecting us to do, man?
Yeah, like send a lot of emails to Unity, I guess.
And then what, recode KSP to take advantage of whatever thing he's.
I mean, there were always the perennial threads on the forums about how what we really should do is recode KSP in a real engine, not Unity. Because like,
Yeah,
wouldn't take that long. Especially if we didn't have to deal with Unity, it would be fine.
There were a lot of hilarious threads on there. I really loved listening to the endless chat about like, oh, KSP2 is going to be so good because these guys are not real game developers and they are. Yeah, sure, guys. They're going to do everything perfect and on time.
Okay, so I think this gave me the 200 meters per second that I needed. And I don't even have to overburn this thing very much. What I do want to do... Yeah, CMF, I did not realize... I think you must have said this before, but I did not realize that that Scott's thing was how you ended up in RP0. That's pretty cool. And I need to lower this down. And we'll over provision on hydrogen a little bit because it mass is next to nothing. The heck? Oh. Right, that's why I did it wrong. Oh, yuck, that's bad. Guess that's... All right, so we're at 4460. Make 500 liters spare. Nope, that's a lot. 100 liters spare. Yeah, that's probably fine. Squirrel, it does, the one problem is it doesn't pull it up far enough from the pad to give the parachute time to open, because the parachute is set to only deploy when going down. If the parachute would deploy while going up still, it would be fine. Because remember, Gemini is not much heavier than Mercury. Like, it is, but not a ton heavier. Wait, where's... Oh. Oops. Yeah, that's important. We almost didn't have a way to couple that. Okay. So that actually cost a fair amount of delta V. 58 kilograms extra cost a bunch. Wow, okay. Probably still fine, but... So for once before I tool this, I will sim it again. Yep, which is why the original Apollo plans were for circumlunar missions rather than lunar orbital missions, and why Soyuz on a Proton was, or Zond was set for circumlunar rather than lunar orbital. This is lunar orbital. Hence why it says LO at the top. And why I have over 1.8 km/sec of delta V on the spacecraft. All right, that was basically correct. Let's see what we get. Squirrel, you shouldn't need to add avionics at all. The service module gives you like 15 tons of avionics. Remember, the capsule doesn't give you much at all, but the equipment module gives you 15 tons. Oh, I bet that doesn't work anymore, does it? Oh, no, it totally does. Sorry. It does work. They don't sum, but the avionics from here will still give you enough. Oops, guess we didn't patch down quite enough. Oh, that's right, you made your own service module. So, yeah. All right, that's going to be fine. That's going to be just fine. So yeah, we've built a lunar orbit capable Titan III Gemini.
Cool.
Oh, except it went down 100 meters per second from lighting the engine early. Oh wow, now it's going a lot. So we must have... These things must be seriously underperforming.
No, because you've got both your engines burning. Your first stage.
Why is... Oh, that would explain things.
Surprised it hasn't blown up the air stage.
Yeah, yeah. Squirrel, yeah, it has deep space avionics, I think. If it doesn't, it's supposed to. It must have, because I flew this thing circumlunar and it was fine. $15 tons, and the command pod itself, avionics. Yeah, it doesn't say, so I think it's fine. Like, I was able to control it near the moon, so. Yeah, what's going on with that engine? Oh, because these are the same stage, that's why. Yeah, that's how it broke. Okay, I'm reasonably sure that that will work. But I guess I should try it before I tool it.
That doesn't sound like you.
I know, right?
I usually like get 2/3 of the way there with testing and like, it'll be fine. And to be fair, you're usually right, but
Yeah, but some of my instincts are lost a little bit. We'll go for a round 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Try one more time. Oh, and CMAV, I was starting to say before, there was a throw from career logging on creating that starter LC, and I put the stack in. I don't know if the stack helped you at all, but I think there's something weird about how they're created at first start rather than being normally created, because there is not a LC construction that terminates. It's just the LC is spawned. Yeah, cool. I just want to make sure you didn't miss it.
I'm impressed how quickly the RP-2 is getting off the ground just once everybody decided to do it.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's been about 3 months since I started on launch complexes, and a month or so, I think, since CMF started on programs.
Hasn't done it yet, Squirrel. Still got time to fail.
Squirrel, it's also worth noting that this is the heavy version because it's using Keralox core. Like, the version of this that has a Hydrolox core is... Whoa, did I underloft this? I guess I underlofted this. Okay. didn't feel like I underlofted it because... Okay.
I think you changed anything since the
I
last
did.
one.
I increased it a bit because we were under prograde, but we were, I guess, under prograde because of the pitch program. Yeah, Squirrel, my Hydrolox version, which is the Centaur and a 2 LR87 LH2 core with 2 boosters, is like 60 or 70 tons lighter and has way more payload. Okay, those numbers check out much better.
That's well-timed booster separation.
Yep, they felt just about right. Yeah, we definitely underlofted a little bit. So yeah, we could probably get another 20 meters per second from a better ascent. And our retros are working correctly. Yeah, Squirrel, I think you just maybe overbuilt the spacecraft. Because, yeah, I'm at 9 days of consumables. Oh, wait, I have way too much water. That'll also help. This is a Titan 3, but it uses a Carolox core. Okay. How the heck long are you planning to orbit the moon? It's 3 days out, 3 days back, and you only have to orbit a day.
Just in case they're hitchhikers.
I guess. Seems good. And I guess I'll increase to 10 days of food. And yeah, then we don't need anywhere near as much water as I thought we did. Because, oh right, because this is set up with enough consumables for 7 days without fuel cells.
Oh, that is why your booster is 50% heavier.
Yep, that would make sense. All right. Okay. I confess myself satisfied with this setup, so let's go ahead and tool this. It's going to be fairly cheap. Yes, it is. I could have eaten that cost regardless. Save the edits. It will take a while. Oh, I know what I was going to... The other thing I was going to do is this needs to... Yeah. And hopefully it will not actually have any force. Okay. I definitely have to go to bed, but thanks everybody for watching. Thank you for coming by,
Good
and I'll
night.
catch you all next time. Night.